Myself, S. Sudhakar, working as contract lecturer in physics at a government polytechnic, Cheria. Today we are going to discuss about the formation of p-n junction in electronics chapter. Objectives of this class: on completion of this period, you would be able to know about n-type semiconductor and p-n junction formation only. So recapitulation, that is, we are already discussed about doping in previous classes. What is doping? That is adding impurities to a intrinsic semiconductor is called doping. The process adding impurities to a pure semiconductor or intrinsic semiconductor is called as doping. By adding impurities or by doping, we can form p-type semiconductors as well as n-type semiconductors. How a p-type semiconductor forms? By adding trivalent impurities to a pure semiconductor, we can get p-type semiconductors or we can form p-type semiconductors. Examples: aluminum. Aluminum possesses 3 electrons at its outermost orbital. That is, it is called as a trivalent dopant. So by adding aluminum to silicon crystal, so by replacing one silicon atom, we are replacing the silicon atom with aluminum. Then 3 valence electrons bonding with the nearby silicon atoms. The fourth neighboring silicon atom is does not bonding with does not covalent bonding with aluminum electrons, because of there is a vacancy of electron, that is called as hole. So due to that, number of holes are generated in a p-type semiconductor. That is, we have already discussed in previous classes. So today's topic is n-type semiconductor. So what is called as a n-type semiconductor? How it can forms? That is, the semiconductor which is doped with pentavalent impurities like arsenic, strontium, phosphorus are called n-type semiconductor. How n-type semiconductors are formed? So depending upon doping, n-type semiconductors are formed. So here the impurities are pentavalent impurities. We are adding pure semiconductor. That is pentavalent impurities. That is nothing but the valence electrons at the outermost orbital are called as pentavalent electrons. So that is examples for pentavalent electrons: arsenic, strontium, and phosphorus. By adding these impurities, we can form n-type semiconductor. That is, consider how n-type semiconductor forms. About that explanation of n-type semiconductor, consider lattice structure of silicon. So let us take a lattice structure of silicon. One of silicon atom has 4 free electrons. That is nothing but, so silicon atoms have the tetravalent electrons. That is nothing but at outermost orbital the silicon atom consists of 4 free electrons. So that's why consider lattice structure of silicon. One of silicon atom has 4 free electrons. So replace this silicon atom with the phosphorus atom at 5 free electrons. That is one of this consider lattice structure of silicon. One of silicon atom is replaced with phosphorus atom of 4 valence electrons. That is 4 free electrons. The dopant phosphorus has 1 valence electron more than silicon. Here silicon, the valency of silicon is 4, where the dopant, that is we are adding impurity to this silicon structure, so that is phosphorus. The phosphorus consists of so 1 valence electron more than silicon. That is nothing but the valency of phosphorus is 5 electrons, whereas the valency of silicon is 4 only. So that is 1 more electron is valence valence electrons of 1 electron is more than silicon. That is phosphorus consists of 5 valence electrons. The 5th electron remains very weak bond to its parent atom. That is in phosphorus it consists of 5 electrons. The 4 electrons are bonding with the strong bondage of parent atom, where the 5th electron is remains very weak bond to its parent atom. So that is it bondage with weak forces, weak attractive forces. The ionization energy required to set this electron free is very small. The 5th electron is bonding with the parent atom is weakly. So to liberate that electron, the ionization energy required to set this electron free is very small, or the liberator energy. So to liberate that electron free, so the energy required is small. When small amount of energy which is gained by that 5th electron, it can liberated from that atom and breaking the bonds and liberating. Thus, pentavalent dopant is donating 1 electron for conduction. That's why this liberator electron so used to conduction. That's the pentavalent dopant is donating 1 electron for conduction. So that is the pentavalent electron is giving 1 electron to conduction. Likewise, many electrons are generated in this n-type semiconductor. So let us see, observe this diagram. That is, this is a silicon crystal structure. That is, at the outermost orbit it consists of 4 electrons. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is it is the one of the silicon atom is replaced with arsenic. So that is it consists of 5 electrons. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 electrons. That is 4 electrons of arsenic are covalent bonding with nearby silicon atoms, where one of the electron is excess. Here arsenic is donor impurity, contributes free electron. Similarly, so when we are adding phosphorus, that is arsenic is replaced by phosphorus. Phosphorus also possesses with 5 valence electrons. So 4 electrons of phosphorus are covalent bonding with neighboring silicon atoms. So the 5th electron is contributes free electrons. That is phosphorus also donate impurity, contributes free electrons. So then likewise many electrons are generated in this n-type semiconductor. Similarly, number of electrons are generated in this n-type semiconductor. Hence, majority carriers in n-type semiconductors are electrons and holes are minority carriers. Here free electrons are generated more in n-type semiconductor. That's why the majority carriers in n-type semiconductors are electrons and holes are the minority carriers. Holes are called as minority carriers in n-type semiconductor. Let us take this silicon lattice structure. So one of the silicon atom is replaced with the phosphorus. Let us see here. This is one silicon atom, this is neighboring another silicon atom, and this is neighboring another silicon atom, and this is another neighboring silicon atom. That is, so phosphorus consists of 5 free electrons. Phosphorus consists of 5 free electrons. That is, one of its electron is covalent bonding with this silicon atom, and another electron of phosphorus is covalent bonding with this silicon atom. Another phosphorus atom electron is covalent bonding with this silicon atom, and the fourth free electron of phosphorus is covalent bonding with this silicon atom. So that is, 4 free electrons are covalent bonding with the neighboring silicon atoms. But there is another electron is there of phosphorus atom, so which is free. There is no bonding with this electron, so it is called as free electrons. Due to this free electron, conductivity is occur in n type of semiconductors. That's why, so number of free electrons are generated in this lattice structure of silicon. Due to this adding impurity of phosphorus, more number of electrons are generated. That's why, so in n-type semiconductor, that is, majority carriers are called as electrons, as well as minority charge carriers are called as holes. That is energy level diagram of n-type semiconductor. Let us see energy level diagram of n-type semiconductor. That is, this is valence band, this is conduction band. So this is band gap, that is forbidden band gap between conduction band and valence band. So this is Fermi level, that is near to conduction band. This is Fermi level, it is near to conduction band. This is donor energy level. This is donor energy level, that is electrons are liberated from this energy level and reaches to the conduction band. That's why conductivity increases in n-type semiconductors. That is, majority charge carriers are electrons, so they are formed with free electrons from uh, dopant, then conductivity is increases. PN junction, that is formation of only. Consider a piece of p-type semiconductor. Consider a piece of p-type semiconductor. Adding small quantity of pentavalent impurities to part of p-type semiconductor, it converts into n-type semiconductor. That is nothing but, so we are forming PN junction. To form PN junction, consider a piece of p-type semiconductor. Adding small quantity of pentavalent impurity to part of p-type semiconductor, it converts into n-type semiconductor. Now the semiconductor contains p region as well as n region. It contains of p region as well as n region. The plane dividing two regions is known as PN junction. That is, there is a one part of p-type semiconductor and another part of n-type semiconductor. The region The plane dividing two regions is known as a p-n junction. That is, it consists of a p region as well as it consists of n region. So the plane which is dividing two regions is known as a p-n junction. That is, by adding p type of semiconductor and n type of semiconductor, by dividing two regions, so with a plane, so that region is known as a p-n junction. That region is known as p-n junction. In n-type semiconductors, the number of electrons are more than holes. That is, majority carriers of n-type semiconductor are electrons. That is nothing but in n-type semiconductors, the number of electrons are more than holes. That is nothing but minority charge carriers in n-type semiconductor are holes. That is, number of holes generated or number of holes created in n-type semiconductor are less than electrons. That is, number of electrons are created more. That's why the conductivity in n-type semiconductor is due to majority charge carriers of electrons. Similarly, in p-type semiconductors, the number of holes are more than electrons. In n-type semiconductor, number of electrons are electrons, whereas in p-type semiconductors, the number of holes are more than electrons. That is, majority charge carriers in p-type semiconductors are holes, as well as minority charge carriers in a p-type semiconductor are electrons. While forming the p-n junction, due to diffusion, some of electrons from n region cross over to p region, where they combine with the holes and become neutral. That is, while forming of p-n junction, due to diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but the electrons or holes are moving from more electrons, or the more electrons or more holes to less electrons. That is nothing but that is the diffusion occurs when number of electrons are more at a place. From that, the electrons are moving to less electrons place. So that is nothing but diffusion of electrons and holes occur when formation of p-n junction. Due to diffusion, some of electrons from n region cross over to p region. Due to diffusion, some of electrons from n region cross over to p region, where they combine with the holes and become neutral. Because of electrons consist of negative charge, whereas holes consist of positive charge. So these electrons from n region cross over to p region and combine with holes and become neutral. Similarly, some of the holes from p region cross over to n region, where they combine with electrons and become neutral. That is, let us see this diagram. Due to diffusion, what happening here? Due to diffusion, some of electrons from n region cross over to p region, where they combine with holes and become neutral. So that is, from n region, some of the electrons are moving towards to the p region and combine with holes and becomes neutral. Similarly, some of the holes from p region cross over to n region, where they combine with the electrons and become neutral. Similarly, so from this p region, so that is, holes are moving towards to the n region and combine with some of the electrons and become neutral. This motion of charge carriers produces diffusion current across the junction. due to this motion of charge carriers of electrons and holes, so their forms, there produces a diffusion current across the junction. So here, so at this junction, there is forms a diffusion junction, diffusion current at this junction. So that is hole diffusion from p region to n region, whereas electron diffusion from n region to p region, and electrons are combined with the holes of p region, and these holes are combined with the electrons of this n region and become neutral. So due to this, this motion of charge carriers produces diffusion current across the junction. Here there is a forms a diffusion current at this junction because of diffusion of electrons to p-type semiconductor and holes to n-type semiconductor. They recombine with the electrons and holes, then produces a diffusion current across the junction. When an electron diffuses from n region to p region, it leaves a positive charge on n region. That is what happening here. When an electron diffuses from n region to p region, actually number of majority charge carriers in n-type semiconductor are electrons. These majority charge carriers are diffusion from n region to p region. It leaves a positive charge on n region. That is, one electron diffuses from n region to p region. It leaves a positive charge on n region. That is nothing but it leaves a positive charge on n region. This positive charge is immobile because it is bounded to surrounding atoms. When an atom liberated from n region, it diffuses from n region to p region, it leaves a positive charge on n region. This positive charge is immobile because it is bounded to surrounding atoms. That is, it is already bounded with the surrounding atoms. Due to continuous diffusion of electrons into p region, due to continuous diffusion of electrons into p region, a layer of positive charge on n region of junction is developed. So what happening here? Due to continuous diffusion of electrons into p region, a layer of positive charge on n region of junction is developed. Here, that is due to this is n-type semiconductor. So what happening here? The electrons are continuously diffusing towards to the p region. What happening here? There is a positive charge region formed here. That is, due to the continuous diffusion of electrons into p region, a layer of positive charge on n region of junction is developed. Due to continuous mobility of electrons to p-type semiconductor, here there forms a positive charge region developed at n-type semiconductor. Similarly, when a hole diffuses from p region to n region, it leaves a negative charge on p region. When electron diffuses from n-type to p-type, it leaves a positive charge. Similarly, when a hole diffuses from p region to n region, it leaves a negative charge on p region. When a hole diffuses from p region to n region, it leaves a negative charge on p region. This negative charge is immobile. It does not movable because It is bounded to surrounding atoms. That is nothing but already atoms are bonding with other charge carriers. That is nothing but electrons or holes. That is nothing but atoms are in covalent bonding. When a hole diffuses from p region to n region, it leaves a negative charge on p region. The negative charge is immobile because it is bonded to surrounding atoms. Due to continuous diffusion of holes into n region, layer of negative charge on p region of junction is developed. That is, due to continuous diffusion of holes into n region, layer of negative charge on p region of junction is developed like this. So due to continuous motion of holes towards to the n type, what happening here, a negative charge region is formed at p type semiconductor, that is towards to the p type semiconductor. Due to the mobility of electrons from n type region to p type region, here positive charge region is formed. Similarly, due to the mobility of holes from p type region to n type region, here there is a negative charge region is formed. That is due to continuous diffusion of holes into n region, layer of negative charge region and p region of junction is developed. Then, so this is happening. This is n type semiconductor. This is p type semiconductor. Electrons moves to the p region as well as holes move to the n region. Then there is a negative charge forms at p type region as well as positive charge formed at n type region. So that is semiconductor n type, p type, and brought together. Electrons and hole migrate across the junction. Electrons and holes migrate across the junction. The depletion layer is formed, which is called as a depletion layer, and a potential difference is set up across the depletion layer. This is positive region and this is negative region is formed. That is depletion layer is formed. A space charge region on either side of junction together is known as a depletion region. What is the depletion region? This is called as a depletion region because of negative charge at p region, positive charge at n region. So there is a potential difference is depletion layer is formed, as well as a potential difference is set up across this depletion layer. So that is a space charge region on either side of the space charge region on either side of the junction together is known as a depletion region. A space charge region on either side of the junction together is known as a depletion region. The diffusion of electrons and holes across the junction continues till a potential barrier is developed in depletion layer, which prevents further diffusion. The diffusion of electrons from n region to p region, the diffusion of holes from p region to n region is a continuous process. This diffusion of electrons and holes across junction continues till a potential barrier is developed in depletion layer. Up to these electrons and holes are diffuses across the junction until a potential barrier is developed in depletion layer, which prevents further diffusion of electrons and holes. So the depletion layer is when the depletion layer is developed, which prevents the electrons and holes diffusion from P region to N region as well as N region to P region. So when the depletion layer is developed, that is the mobility of electrons and holes is stopped. The potential barrier can be increased or decreased by applying an external voltage. The potential barrier can be increased or decreased. That is, a potential barrier is developed in depletion layer, which prevents the further diffusion. That is, so the potential barrier can be increased or decreased by applying an external voltage. By giving external voltage, we can increase the potential barrier or decrease the potential barrier. So we can increase the potential barrier or decrease the potential barrier by giving external voltage. So let us see this diagram. So that is P region as well as this is N region. That is in N region. So majority charge carriers are electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. So these are electrons, that is they are in orange colors, and these are called as electrons, where these white holes are called as holes. That is in N region, majority charge carriers are electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. Whereas at P region, these white dots are called as holes, whereas these orange color dots are called as electrons. That is, majority charge carriers in P region are holes, as well as minority charge carriers are electrons. So what happening when formation of p-n junction? That is due to the diffusion, some of the electrons are moved into the P region and forms a negative charge region, as well as some of the holes are moved towards to the N region and forms a positive charge region at the depletion region. So that is called as due to this depletion region, there is a potential difference setups. So due to potential difference setup here, the potential, it is called as barrier potential. So this barrier potential is increased or decreased by giving external voltage. So the mobility of electrons from N region as well as mobility of holes from P region are stopped when the potential barrier is developed at depletion region. When this barrier potential is developed, the mobility of electrons from N region as well as mobility of holes from P region are stopped due to developing of barrier potential at the depletion region. That is about this diagram. Summary: we discussed about N-type semiconductor. N-type semiconductor, p-n junction diode formation. So let us see recapitulation. That is N-type semiconductor, that is one of the silicon crystal. The atom of one of the silicon crystal is replaced with pentavalent dopant, that is phosphorus. So when a silicon atom is replaced with the phosphorus atom, it consists of 5 electrons. So 4 electrons are covalent bonding with neighboring silicon atoms. So 1 electron is free. So due to this, number of free electrons are formed in N-type semiconductors. So by doping pentavalent electrons to pure semiconductors, then N-type semiconductor is formed. So in n-type semiconductor, number of electrons are more. In n-type semiconductor, number of electrons are more. That is, majority charge carriers in n-type semiconductor are electrons. That is the energy level diagram. Formation of p-n junction. That is, p-n junction is formed like this. That is, electrons from n-type region, they can diffuse to p-type region, as well as holes from p-type region to n-type region, they are diffuses. That is, diffusion of hole, that is, hole diffusion from p region to n region, as well as electron diffusion from n region to p region. That is, then this is called as space charge region. That is, when electron diffuses from n region to p region, it leaves a positive charge on n region. So that is, the positive charge is immobile because it is bounded to surrounding atoms. So due to continuous diffusion of electrons into p region, a layer of positive charge on n region of junction is developed. Similarly, so what happening here? Here, that is, electrons from n region to p region, as well as holes from p region to n region are uh, movable. Due to that, there forms a space charge region. That is the migration of holes from p region, migration of electrons from n region. Then these migrated electrons and holes are forms a charge region near to the junction. That is called as space charge region. Due to that, it is called as depletion layer. So this depletion layer set up a potential difference. So due to this potential difference, there forms a barrier that is called as potential barrier. That is, when the potential barrier is developed, then the mobility of electrons from n region, mobility of electrons from n region to p region, as well as holes from p region to n region is stopped. So this is p region, n region, depletion region, and barrier potential. That is summary. Thank you. We have discussed about n-type semiconductor and formation of p-n junction, formation of p, how we can form the p-n junction. That is about today's class.